Congrats to the Milwaukee Bucks for winning the second annual, the Emirates Cup this year, as the official name of it, but being able to win that. And I thought that, I thought teams and fans got a better understanding of what the Cup was all about. The designation between when it was played on a Tuesday, Thursday, the courts were toned down a little bit as the NBA took more control over the coloring and the platforming and the layouts of the court. But I thought that, one, the fans felt more in tune and understood it. And being at different games and watching different games, it felt a little bit different this year now that everybody was on the same page as to what the Cup was all about. But I also thought, more importantly, that the players took it more serious this year. Not that they didn't last year, but they really honed in and really identified with these certain games. And I thought that it developed a better product, and it will continue to get better. I know still some people are up in the air about the Cup. It's a gimmick. I don't think it's a gimmick. I think now, whether it stays in this current format at this time period, whether it stays at the beginning, or I know it's been some conversation about moving it to January, which kind of defeats the purpose of getting eyeballs on the NBA in late October, early November, and before Christmas to kind of compete with basketball. Why would you move it to January? Just maybe some strategical things. But shout out to the Milwaukee Bucks, to the NBA for the second iteration of this Cup and the Bucks winning it, and to our fans who enjoyed it. Went out to Vegas and watched it. I thought from a TV perspective, it was put on well, and it's only going to get better. Again, when something is new, you tend to fight it. You tend to push it back, i.e. the play-in games. But now look at what it's been able to produce over the years, the kind of excitement at the end of the year. I do think this Cup will be able to do that as well during the season as we continue to roll along with it. What else is in the news this week? Changes in formats to the NBA All-Star Game. I'm just going to keep it real. I'm not going to jump into what's right, what's wrong, why they did it, why they did. I'll tell you why they did it. The players have to take responsibility of this. I know Kevin Durant came out and said that he would like to see it go back to the old format. Well, the old format didn't work because the players didn't play. The players don't take it too seriously, or serious enough to make it where the fans who are paying the money to come see it, the TV companies who are paying the big bucks to put it on, they don't take it serious. So that's why the NBA over the last 3, 4, 5, 6 years had to figure out ways to reinvent the All-Star game because players, i.e. the leaders, don't take it serious. When a Luka or a Jokic or Ja Morant or whoever it may be doesn't play hard and it's just layup basketball, then the product is not going to be worth watching. So the NBA cannot not have the All-Star game. It's part of their TV deal. So that's why they're tweaking and trying to figure out what can we do to salvage it? What can we do to make it interesting? Man, at the end of the day, guys got to want to play. Guys got to want to play. And I hate to be the old guy, get off my lawn, but there was a time in the 80s and in the 90s when the All-Star game meant something. When it meant, one, you were prideful because you were a part of a select group of people who got selected to play. Second, now you wanted to compete on a national stage, to whether it's East versus West, to prove who was the better conference. And third, you competed against the competition, against those other players that you have been competing with, against all year to prove a point. And maybe somebody you liked, somebody you was a friend, but you still wanted to go at them. That competitive spirit was lost. Hence, this is why the NBA is trying to figure out ways to reinvent the game. So the players are going to complain about it, but at the end of the day, you have to take this serious enough to be able to go out and play. Even if that means you're playing less minutes, if you're a superstar, maybe you play 5 to 8 minutes in that first quarter, second quarter, stuff like that. Other players want to play hard. They'll play hard when the true players, go out there and play hard on both ends of the floor. Check out new episodes of The Jim Jackson Show every Thursday. Watch on The Rich Eisen Show YouTube page. Follow the show on Instagram @Jim Jackson Show, or listen wherever you get your podcasts.